You see, Barrett, if you'd actually put one of those right arm battle items into your gun and fired it, you wouldn't have a problem at all. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. And boss time against Dyne. And yes, I have Bio 2, so I'm going to use it. You can inflict poison on him, which can be helpful. You can also inflict stop and paralysis. I can't remember which one Chocobo gives, but he's susceptible to both, so we can see if we can stop the guy or paralyze him, whatever this one happens to do. I think this one's paralyzed. I could be wrong. No such luck. Oh well. And basically, yeah, there's not too much to worry about in this fight. Your best bet is to stick with limit breaks, or normal attacks, or you could use level 2 spells if you wanted to. But yeah, that right arm, really good. There's not too much to worry about from this guy. This is his best attack, the Molotov Cocktail, which still doesn't do any damage. Oh, wow, that was fast. Poison killed him. Okay, I told you I'd give you a little more strategy. I didn't say a lot more strategy. He's still really easy. Oh, well. Yeah, so you can inflict those statuses on him. Stop beeping. You can, what else can you do in that fight? There's not too much to worry about. I also equipped the long-range materia on Barrett and put him in the back row so he'd take less damage, which does help out. Otherwise, his attacks do about 150 a pop. Most of them do about 150 to 200 tops, really. Don't know where you went wrong. Well, I guess that's probably pretty typical of those who have gone completely insane. Oh well. How are we going to resolve this? So, you want to kill everything. Does that remind me of somebody? Pretty much every villain in every Final Fantasy game? Well, let's see. Ultimisia in Final Fantasy VIII. Seymour in Final Fantasy X. Kuja in Final Fantasy IX. God damn it. This series is full of people who just want to kill everything. Hell, even Kefka from Final Fantasy VI wanted to do that. And Exdeath in Final Fantasy V. And if you think these are spoilers, you don't know who they are if you haven't played the game. And if you have played the game, or even half the game, you know who the villain is. So, meh. Oh, and your hands are too stained, eh? Well, look at Barrett. He's the leader of a rebel group. He blew up a reactor with workers inside. Workers that were just innocent people. Oh, so there's a nice pendant, a memento of his wife. Already 4. I think she's older than 4. I'm not sure, though. I think she's like 6. Where are you going, Dyne? Dyne, where are you going? Dyne. Whee! Okay, sorry. I'm not really emotionally invested in this sequence. I should be, but I'm not. Yeah, Barrett understands the logic there. I don't know why I don't feel for Barrett more than I do. You know, his situation is kind of tragic, like a lot of other characters, but for some reason it doesn't seem to bother me all that much. I don't know. I'm more bothered by a couple of other characters in this game, in terms of being emotionally invested anyway. Not that the characters bother me, but you know what I mean. Somebody does anyway. The little creature up in my head, he knows what I mean. My conscience. Who was that guy from The Cricket? The Cricket was a conscience in, what was that movie? Pinocchio. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Boss's permission. Yeah, he's dead. So yeah, we're using the memento as proof that Dyne can't do anything, and has given us permission. Yeah, so he assumes Dine's dead, and rightfully so. Yeah, we can tell. What do you know? And why the hell is this guy, like... He's like the mediator between upper management in the Gold Saucer and whatever's going on down below. I don't know why he's got this kind of position of power down here, but I don't know. This place is run down, so I would assume that he's not here as an employee, so he's probably been sent down here himself, but just happens to hold favor with Dine or hold favor with Dio and happens to be in a position of some power down here. Who knows? They don't really explain it. Anyway, as these chocobo races go, we can send up one rider. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Cloud, you go. Because, yeah, you're the protagonist. You might as well go. We're just gonna sit down here and rot in prison while you fail. Actually, it's a chocobo race. I don't think it's possible. Well, I think it is possible to lose, but you get unlimited retries or something like that. So, if you do, if there wasn't unlimited retries and you failed, you would kind of get stalled in the game and you wouldn't be able to do anything. And we need a manager and a chocobo. Well, I know how we can get a chocobo. As for a manager, Esther, the lady in pink with the, well, she hasn't really spoken all that much yet, but she has kind of like a Texan accent. I think she's Texan anyway. Ah, well. I don't know. Every time I see her, I see Ruby from Final Fantasy IX. I don't know why. Maybe because they both dress weirdly, and they're kind of side characters. Oh, so there's people who do these races for other reasons, and this kind of goes to the chocobo races that we could have bet on earlier. There are... oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. She's just going to explain how to run with chocobos. I will explain it all when it happens. But yeah, there's not a lot to deal with when it comes to the chocobo races, and unlike the betting on chocobo races, later on we'll be able to race our own chocobos, and that will be much, much more beneficial. Aw, how nice of you. This is Joe. And yes, one of the top jockeys. Oh yeah. Wow. That's pretty good. Oh, I see. Oh, well, that's a good thing. Yes, we will meet again. This is Joe. He is one of the best, if not the best, jockey in the entire game, and he always rides a black chocobo named Tio. And we will encounter him much later in the game once we get our own chocobos to race. And it's not like a storyline sequence, it's just a side quest that we can do. And here's the Ramu materia, and apparently I can't go into my menu, so I'm not going to bother. He doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want to talk to me. Okay. And there's the race there, so I'm just going to go over here and hold fast forward because we got to wait for all of them to go through before we can do anything. And then wait for Esther to pop out. He won't lose easily. She's actually right. Now I know how to race. That's not a problem. The square button will increase your speed. Heading select at the start changes from manual to automatic, or vice versa. So if you hold the square button, you will increase speed. If you hold the R1 and R2 buttons, you will slowly regenerate stamina, which is the bar on the left-hand side. And the reason why you want to do that, it's kind of a hidden command. They don't advertise it. And that will actually recharge it at a faster rate than holding the square button or pressing the square button a few times to go faster. You can use the X button to slow down, though there's very little point to ever doing that, and you can use the circle button for a dash of speed. And I'm going to want to make use of it a bunch now, because if you notice at the minimap at the top right, I want to gain some distance on these guys here for a couple of reasons. One of them is actually there's an area actually coming up right here where normal chocobos like mine slow down, very much so. However, all of the other chocobos do not slow down, so you want to make sure you have a pretty good edge on them once you get to that point, which is why I used my my speed burst earlier on. And now we have to just wait for the other ones. We've won, and we've won our freedom. At the end, just hit the start button, and it will get you out of there. Now I'm home free. Oh, so we got a letter from Dio, huh? Well, that's nice of you. And even though we were accused of murdering all those guys, I guess he's figured out and believes Esther that Dine was responsible for it all, and we're all free to go. And we've got a gift. Ah, so he's busy and he sent me a letter instead of telling me in person. That's not a big deal. What's my gift? We got a buggy. And of course we heard about that earlier on in the game. We can cross deserts and rivers with it. And everyone will be waiting outside for me. Oh, and he met Sephiroth. Boys your age. Cloud is 21. He's a man! Not a boy. Not like most protagonists, you know, like Squall and Zidane and Titus. And Vaughn and pretty much everyone else. Anyway, he's heading over toward Gongega, which is another town that we can go to. It's actually an optional town, believe it or not. Let's see here. I'm going to keep this party for now. Actually, no. I'm going to switch in Eris at this point in the game. And I'll adjust my gear in a minute here. Okay. And so that's your kind of strategy there. I'm going to adjust my setup, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm all set up. And there's actually an enemy, I think there's only one of them actually, that you can meet up with in the desert as you're roaming around in our buggy. So I want to find this guy. Hopefully relatively soon. Okay, maybe not too soon. Let's find this guy, come on. There we go, that's the guy I'm looking for. And the first thing we want to do is manipulate this guy. And success! Awesome! This is a Harpy. And I'm not sure if he's susceptible to laser or not, but I'm going to use it anyway. See if I can reduce his HP a little bit. And he doesn't have very much HP at all. He does, however, have the Aqualong enemy skill, which we're going to try and learn here. And by casting it on everyone, we should all learn it, and it does a substantial amount of damage. Here's Yuffie's limit break. That's why we definitely want to learn it, though, because it does quite a bit of damage. And let's see if we can finish this guy off before he tries to kill me. I said earlier that laser does about 50% of your maximum HP, or of your current HP, and it was a gravity-based attack, and it is. However, you can actually have a strength, or enemies can anyway, against gravity-type attacks, and therefore it won't do 50%. That's why it only did 200 to that guy. Anyway, now that we've learned that, we can actually head backward across these shallow points of the turquoise water there and head back this way. Get through pointless battles that we've already, well, I don't think I have ever shown that one off actually, but oh well, I fast forward through the whole thing. It's like a Russian doll that opens up and reveals smaller ones over time if you don't kill it fast enough. It's not particularly challenging. Here on the beach, if I'm lucky, I will run into these guys. These guys are beach plug. Again, you want to manipulate them. Okay, let's take out one of them first. Got Yuffie with the counter materia there. Or not the counter materia, the cover materia, because she needs to work on her limits more than anyone else. And he has the big guard enemy skill, which is probably the best enemy skill in the entire game. And both of my characters learned it. If you have 2 enemy skill materias on one character, and one of those enemy skill materias has learnt an enemy skill, and the other one has not, and an enemy uses that skill on you, you will not actually learn it. So be prepared for that, so you definitely want to be aware of that anyway. Anyway, if we want to actually access the previous continent, we need to drive our, well, you don't need to, but I want to drive our buggy straight into town. Then head over here, back to the docks here, and talk to this guy here. And he'll let us be a stowaway for 100 gil. That's nice. Okay. And does it make me watch the full animation of driving back? Yes, it does. So fast forward. And we arrive back where we began. And here we encounter this guy who is new from last time. And there's a taxi here. So I'm just going to fast forward through some of that there. And we can either go to the next town, which is basically the other part of Upper Janan, or we can go outside. And I think this throws us straight to the world map, if I'm not mistaken. Still has great music there. Ah, and here we have our buggy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head up to an area we haven't actually seen yet. And that area, oops, is across this river here. And up this way to a secret cave. Kind of. And if you talk to this guy here, he will tell you some of your stats. You've escaped 16 times. Well, he's not going to tell me anything else, so I'm going to zone in and out. And let's see here. You're not helping. I want you to tell me more information than that. He can actually tell you other statistics. Yeah, talking about large materia needs high level materia, which is a clue to master materia later on in the game. And you're being a pain in the ass. Sorry, I'm fast forwarding the zoning in and out because it's taking too long. I just want this guy to tell me what I want to know. Alright, I'm going to do one random battle and I'll try again. Okay, I guess might as well do this now, since this happened to be the random battle I wanted to do off screen. But if you manipulate this guy and not miss, use fast forward here because this video is running reasonably long at this point. And I just want to do one more thing. Come on. Stop missing. Probably should have put manipulate materia on cloud because, like steel, its percentage of working is based on level. Eris should be, reasonably high in terms of level. There we go. This is Zemzalet, and he contains he has the White Wind enemy skill, which is very useful to have. Basically, if you use it, oh, I can't reach. Let's use the Thunderbolt. Oh yeah, I can't reach. You can't reach. Yuffie can reach because she has a long-range weapon, and I'm used to just spamming physical attacks. There we go. But yeah, it will heal all party members up to however much your current HP is of the caster. So if you have 200 current HP, it'll heal everyone 200 HP. If you have 900 HP, everyone gets 900 HP. Let's see if I got it this time. There we go. I don't know why it took zoning in this place 10 times to get him to say this. You've already fought 253 times. If your last 2 digits are odd, he will give you something. I believe it's odd. Anyway, I will fight 2 battles and I'll be right back. Alright, I have fought 255 battles now. And he wakes up and he gives you Mithril. And I believe he gives you something if you fight, if your last 2 digits, in this case there are 2 odd digits. If there are 2 even digits, I think he gives you something else as well. So at 266 battles, I'll want to come back and talk to him again. But that's going to have to wait until next time. And next time, I'm also going to head back through the Mithril mines and pick up some more enemy skills. Some of the enemy skills I've already learned for the other enemy skill material, the new one, and learn a new one for all of them, or for both of them. So anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next time.